Yo, what's up everybody? David Rodriguez here, and in today's video, the intro is coming from the comfort of my own bed. I'll be going through a workout walkthrough over the complex shock method. So this is what I actually did last night. And so what the complex shock method is that you choose three different exercises, and conduct them at 90 to 95% of your 1 rep max. You rest 3 to 4 minutes, and then you immediately pick a explosive exercise that correlates with that 1 rep max. You rest another 3 to 4 minutes, and then you do the 1 rep max. Rest 3 to 4 minutes. You do the explosive, so on and so forth. And then in between the exercises that you chose, you rest 8 to 10 minutes once you have finished your 3 sets or your first series. So I'll be talking about the exercises that I chose, why I chose them, and some additional commentary on either my technique or my form or just anything in general that strikes my mind that didn't whenever I was doing the workouts. So hope you'll enjoy this kind of content. I'll probably be trying to make more of these, and I will see y'all in the next video.
Alright guys, so the first exercise that I chose to do for my complex method was the squat. There's nothing about the squat that I can say that hasn't been said already, right? It's a great developer for your quads, glutes, hamstrings, just general lower body strength in general. So when it comes to the complex method, again, as I said earlier, 90 to 95% of your 1 rep max, anywhere between 1 to 5 reps. And when we're doing this, we're gonna rest 3 to 4 minutes in between my sets, between exercises, but I didn't do that here. I only rested in between the weight part and then the explosive part. I didn't wait between the explosive and the rest, explosive and the weight, just because I was short on time. The gym was about to close an hour and I had to get in and get out. You'll see that whenever I do these jump squats that I go a little bit too low on the first couple ones, and I realize that and I fix them accordingly for sets 2 and 3. But right here you'll see that I go just a little bit too low. We don't necessarily want to go that low, right? Because whenever you're tricking and you're pushing off the ground, you're not going down from all the way from a squat. You're gonna be almost kind of standing up a little bit. You almost have like that quarter squat. Now for the second set, you're gonna notice that I only do 2, and I eccentrically finish, you could say, the third one. And so when it comes to going to failure, I don't think that, especially with this kind of workout, that's necessarily a bad thing, because you're still going to get your 3 to 4 minutes of rest before you do your explosive movement. Now, and especially because it's 90 to 95% your 1 rep max. It's not going to be easy, and especially if you're trying to do more, right? If you're doing more than 5 reps out of this 1 rep max, or almost the 90-95% of your 1 rep max, the weight is too light for you, and you need to bump it up accordingly. So here on my second set of my explosive squats, you're going to see that I don't go down so low as I did on the first one. I kind of learned from my mistakes, and that's a thing that you should kind of like learn and pay attention to, is that if you think you're doing something wrong and you kind of think about it for a second, like, go ahead, change the workout just a tiny bit. Don't marry yourself to your workout, especially if you're like coaching yourself like I am. Now, if somebody else has given you a specific way to do it, a specific way to coach you, whatever, do the way that they're doing it. But especially if you're training by yourself, like, don't marry yourself to a specific way of doing things, especially if you feel like it's wrong, right? So again, for my third set, I only was able to complete 2. It was those last 2 were real rough for me, but again, I'm actually pretty happy overall with what happened. And so I choose the squat for developing jumping and for overall just power off the ground, especially when it comes to scoots, touchdown rise, cart punch into whatever, any kind of punch movement. I think the squat is actually pretty dang good for developing strength in those muscles. And then so I finish, I die. I thought I could do a third one. I knew I couldn't do a third one, so I just eccentrically just went for that last one. And then so finishing this off with my last set of the explosive jumps. Again, Don't marry yourself to poor technique, or at least something that could be done a little bit better, right? So that's for the first. So that's my first series of exercises. Alright guys, for the second series of exercises, I chose to do pull-ups. My 1 rep max are going to be 1-arm pull-ups. It's been a while since I've actually done 1-arm pull-ups, but I really wanted to try and do them today. When it comes to, if you can't do 1-arm pull-ups, don't try and just try to do 1-arm pull-ups. Actually pick like a weight that is heavy for you to do pull-ups. So anywhere probably between like maybe half your body weight, I feel like tends to get people. If you can go higher than that, by all means go ahead and do so. For the second exercise that I chose for the explosive part, I chose to do overhead ball slams, and I thought at the beginning that it would be good for whenever you're doing flips, such as like front tucks out of your cart, so cart front tucks or anything like that. But the more that I thought about it, the more that, especially with me dropping my hips down for the exercise, that I don't think that it's going to carry over as much as I would like it to be. When it comes to the complex shock method, you want things to be, especially for the explosive parts, you want them to be closer to the sport or whatever it is that you're training for, okay? So you don't want to do just general anymore. You can choose your weight to be general, but you don't, your weighted part to be general, but you don't want the explosive part to be a general workout. So again, I go for my 1-arm pull-up. I am not as successful with my left arm on this one, and I will probably have to change it up for more consistency. I think I'm just going to have to put my 1-arm pull-ups on the back burner, and I'm just going to have to focus on heavy weight that I know that I can do for 1 to 3 reps, 1 to 5 reps. And I'll have to pick out a different kind of explosive movement aside from overhead ball slams. I don't think that it's going to give me the carryover that I would like, and instead I think I might implement something like the cross. I can't remember what it is, but it's like a machine. It's like a cable machine, and you're basically just going to pull it across your body like you would for whenever you're twisting. Again, I don't think my overhead slams are going to carry over as much as I would like. Either that or I need a heavier ball. So in my final set for my pull-ups, I do choose to use my 45-pound, I attach a 45-pound to the weight belt that I have there, just because I knew that I wasn't going to be able to finish a 1-arm pull-up in any capacity on either my right or left arm. And there's no point in kidding yourself, especially whenever you're doing these high intensity workouts that are supposed to be tough for you. And so like I said, I'll probably from the remainder now on, I will start just doing pure weight, and I will leave my 1-arm pull-ups more as a max lift and as a standard, as opposed to just trying to make it a workout. But we'll see how it goes and how I feel and how it affects my tricking, if it does at all. So that's my last set for my pulls. See, I can't think of anything else that I would like to talk about, so I'm just gonna leave the film rolling, and then I'll see y'all back for the next series of exercises that I got for y'all. The final exercise that I chose to do is going to be the straight-legged deadlift. Instead of doing actual conventional deadlifts, I chose a accessory movement instead, just because I didn't want to do a heavy deadlift and a heavy squat on the same day, especially conventional deadlift. I'm real bad at those. I'm still learning how to do it properly. My arms are a little bit too short for my torso, I think. So that's kind of where I excel much more at sumo deadlift than I do at conventional deadlift. So, but I chose this exercise. I feel like I still got a good amount of intensity out of it. Now, for the second explosive movement that I chose one leg, single leg deadlifts. Now, don't do them with the kettlebell. I tried to do it with the kettlebell, try to make it a little bit more explosive. It did not work out very well for me. I thought that it would work. Turns out that it doesn't. So instead, just go with a regular dumbbell. You'll see that in sets 2 and 3, I change it to a regular dumbbell. With the weight being so far away from you, it just makes the lever, all that fancy physics term stuff, it just makes it too hard and it's super annoying, and you're just gonna get much more benefit out of doing it with a regular dumbbell instead of using a kettlebell. So again, that kettlebell is about 25 pounds. Pick a 25-pound dumbbell and you should be good to go. For my second set, for the straight-legged deadlift, again, I chose straight-legged deadlift because I could still load it up appropriately. It still works the muscles that I want to, which is going to be my lower back, my glutes, and my hamstrings, specifically my lower back, that is super important for all your gainers, and especially with the way that sometimes trickers land, how they always land hunched over. Having a strong lower back is going to be crucial for saving that spine. So again, here, like I said, you'll see me do the dumbbells. Come on, there we go. I'm just going to use the dumbbell instead of using the kettlebell. Worked out much simpler for me, much better, felt a lot easier on my shoulders. Nothing that you should be doing, especially within this method, should hurt. It should be intense. It should never hurt. So those are my 3 exercises. Those are my 3 series. I hope y'all like this video. If y'all like more content like this where I kind of go through walkthroughs of different exercises or different kinds of methods of working out, please let me know. If you like this, I'll do more of them. Please like, subscribe, stomp tricking. Hope to see y'all in the next video. In the next video, I'm going to go over more in depth about the complex method, when you should use it, how you should use it. Is it appropriate for you at your skill level as a lifter, etc., etc. Hope y'all have a great day, and peace.